生配信をご覧の皆様、こんばんは。チョコです。デッドリープリモニション2、前回の続きやっていこうと思います。昨日は急に休んでしまって大変申し訳ございません。例の英雄事件ですよ。いろいろちょっとね、支障をきたす感じで、ちょっとバタバタしてました。ごめんなさい。マジでもう、48時間以上経過して、未だ電話がつながらず、こんなことがあっていいのかというわけですよね、僕からしたら。ね、大変ですよ。マジで。で、何するんだったっけ、これ。あくびちゃんこんばんは、たこすけさんこんばんは、ありがとうございます。警察し、そうだ。ルカレホアンなんちゃらに話を聞きに行くってやつか。一旦寝るでいいかな。一旦寝て。そうですね。しかもすごいですよ。一部で電話がつながりにくくなってる。例えば僕の声を、なんか音出てなくない？出た。僕の声をデータ変換して、みんなの元に届けるっていうシステムが不具合みたいなのかな。だから電話ができないんですよね。で、しかも、なんだろう。なんて言ったらいいかな。つながりにくくなってるじゃなくても、つながらないんですよ。僕の家で5人が au なんですけど、5人とも全くつながらず、マジで大変ですね。なんか、再起動ですごいいいニュースをやってたんですけど、車で例えると、なんだろう、今、混雑してる状態らしいんですね。高速道路で、なんか今満員になってて、で、例えば一人が電源切る。僕が切るってことは多分世界中というか日本中のうん百万人の人たちが多分電源切ったり再起動したり繰り返してると思うんですけど、それによってみんなが一斉にゼロから集中的にこう通信しようとするからまた爆発して、いつまでたっても交通渋滞のままみたいならしい。だからもう治る手立てがもう au に祈るしかねえ。今だからちょっといろいろ仕事というかプライベートでちょっと交渉しないといけないのがあって、それが電話つながらないから、もうあれですよ、LINE 電話でなんか商談になりました。そんなことある？ LINE 電話で電話がつながらないからもう LINE 電話で。何年ぶりだろう、10年以上ぶりに公衆電話使いました。めっちゃ探したよ、公衆電話。どうしても連絡しないといけないとこがあって、繋がらないもんだからもう探し回って、ルカレホワンなんちゃらね。そう。だから最初の方はいろいろ試してたけどもう諦めた。とりあえず復旧するまで待とうと思って、これでも3日目突入してまだ電話が繋がらないって、もう携帯電話じゃないもんね。ただの携帯やん。いいのか。みんな携帯って言ってるしね。ええか、もう。ええかじゃないの。ダメやつ使うっつっても。
Did you find Melvin?
Nope, I can't find either of them.
Either of them?
パパたち。
When I went home, it wasn't just my daddy who was missing. Mama was gone too. This never happened before.
ほんまやで、スマホじゃ
Zach,
な
we
くて
need
た
to
だの
stop
スマやん、
Professor
ス
R's
マ。
plan no matter what it takes.
マジで。ネットは繋がるんですよ。繋がるようになった。
Relax, Patty. You don't need to worry about a thing. I'm sure that Melvin just stumbled across an important clue that's stolen his attention for now. And I'm sure he's protecting your mother while he's at it. Let's just leave the investigation to the local police and rest for today. I need to prepare a report for the HQ anyway. How about staying with me in my room until we find them?
お、
But
You don't need to worry. I can't make you any homemade food, but I've got a first-class chef and a first-class concierge
ただの
at
ホ
my
テルやんか。
disposal. Oh, and a very affable bellboy. It's a lot of fun at that hotel.
okay, I guess. Thanks, Agent York.
You're a lady, so you take the bed. Zach and I will be fine on the couch.
っていうかこれまだチャプター2なんだね。パトリシアとヨークの部屋へ戻り事件の整理。あ、これで終わりちゃうチャプター2。もうね、また現実世界に戻ってあれするんちゃう？クソ長い話聞くんちゃうまた。もしかして。ゆきこちゃんこんばんは。ゆきこちゃん KDDI か。やめろマジで。本当にもう。してほしいわ。多分なんもないんですよ、保証とか。絶対ね、なんかあれがあるらしいね。規約で、なんか、何もできない状態で24時間以上経った場合、なんか保証があるみたいな感じの内容らしいんですけど、ネットは使えるんで、電話できなかっただけですよね、みたいな感じになっちゃいそうだね。しかももう証拠がないしね。繋がりませんでしたっていう。僕のあれですよ、僕の着信履歴というか発信履歴、すごいから今。117、117、117、117、117、117、117ですから。どんだけ時報にかけてんねんって、繋がりもしないのに。一応確かめるのにね、時報を使ってるんですよ。あれ来てない？あ、来てる。これ部屋に戻って整理するかな。どうだろうね。まあ保証あった方がいいなというか、本当にたまたまちょっと交渉しないといけないのが重なったからマジで本当に。
Zach, the Clarkson family tree is nothing like we thought it was. We need to reorganize everything we've uncovered so far.
結構真相に近づ
She
いて
was
きた
so
気がする
tired she
ぞ。
fell right to sleep.
まだポポに映ってない楽天くっそ。楽天もだって au 回線使ってるでしょ。
Hey, Zach,
え？
I'm in a very difficult spot right now. I feel like this case is heading in a direction that will be extremely unpleasant for her. I've never felt anything like this during any of our cases thus far.
よし。結構増えやばい。ちょっとお風呂着替えないからね、そろそろ。クリーニング。よし。ああ、そういうことか。楽天エリアか。すごい。たまたまがすごいね。家族全員、UQ、UQ、UQ、UQ、ポボなんで。全滅ですよ。ここ最近つながりやすい。マジで言ってんの？あ、なんか言ってたよ、職場の人がさ、au が電波障害したおかげでドコモが快適やっつって。ほんまかっつって。おー、来た。
First, let's go back to the beginning.
はい。
Lise Clarkson's body was found hanging under a bridge over the bayou. In a deserted spot close to where the bayou meets the Mississippi. The The one who fired the pistol at Heaven surely had no idea what he would find there. Speaking of which, Zach, Chuck, the man who started this race we're running, what's his occupation?
船乗り。あ、ザリガニ漁師。この辺覚えてるぞ。
That's right. He's a crawfish farmer. And after chasing a poacher's boat that crossed over into his farmland, he went up the bayou and was fortunate enough to find Lisa's body. I doubt it was a very pleasant experience for him. But if not for his discovery, Lisa's body might have started rotting out there. He's a difficult person to be sure, but I don't think he's a bad guy. Chuck said something peculiar.
チャックはこうも言ってい
He
た。
claimed the Clarksons were a little better when their son was still around. I don't know exactly what he meant, but we ended up meeting the person he was talking about, didn't we? Under very unexpected circumstances. Leonard Clarkson. He ran away from home, found his true self, then changed names. So, Zach, do you remember her name?
彼女の名前。こっちか。ヘレナ・ドーマンだったっけ？ PJ クラークソンは PJ クラークソンはお父さんですよね。
The townspeople call her Lena. She was also known as Professor R while she plotted against the Clarksons. She's the mother of the new drug known as Sang Rouge. She must have also had a group of followers who worshipped her fanatically. I can see it now. Lena sprinkling down the red powder, corrupting every last pure and innocent girl in town. Lena mentioned her plan each time we met.
ちょっと待ってね。よいしょ。
She must have taken us for utter fools, Zach. She thought she was always one step ahead of us. And that, well, her plan isn't complete yet. And I know we can still stop it. That's why we need to learn all we can about her. Her alias was Professor R, and she was well learned in the areas of medicine and fire dynamics. By the way, Zach, do you remember what weapon Lena used to murder PJ?
ザック・レラが PJ を探しに、小型爆弾か。
Correct. She used a miniature bomb. To tell you the truth, she surprised me. That bomb was so well placed. It left hardly any damage on the building itself, yet still did amazing work on them. Lena should have used that brain of hers for something more productive than that saga of revenge. For example, reviving Lucare's economy from the industrial sector. Widen your perspective, and you'll see that Louisiana is an industrial treasure trove. With her intelligence and her charisma, I'm sure she would have found some amazing opportunities. Such a tragedy. Zach, there's one more important matter we need to think about here. Galena Clarkson, who was murdered in jail. Her body was dismembered, then rearranged into a V shape. Patty and Melvin claimed it was a severed roots killing, but that doesn't make sense to me. And PJ Clarkson disapproved of it when I met him in the other world. He saw Galena's parts lined up and was overcome by an inexplicable fear. Tell me, who killed Galena?
わからない。
Unfortunately, we don't have the answer to this one yet. And it's too big a problem to solve with mere speculation. The answer to this question may lead to a major turning point for this case, and the final turning point for this story.
っていうか、ほぼほ
You
ぼ
know
死
it's
んだ
true,
けど、
Zach.
また新しいキャラが出てくるってことか？
I only hope it doesn't push us down an avenue we didn't plan on exploring.
だってあとダニエル・クラークソンが残ってんのと、冷凍倉庫で、働いてる大男が残ってるのと、あとは警察官、お父さんぐらいしかないぞ。で、こういうゲームの犯人って基本的に近場にいるから、今まで出会ってきた中の人たちの中に犯人がいるってことになる。だがしかし、どうだ？クラークソン家長女不明。 長女か。
Hey, Zach. Do you remember PJ's last words? Lena had intercourse with her older sister. Her own flesh and blood. This means there's still one more person out there who inherited PJ's blood.
終わるぞ終わるぞ終わるぞ、チャプター2が。もういいよ見せたがりやね。
Oh, fucking poachers, now I gotcha. Caught you red-handed.
殺されんかなこいつ。なんか殺されそうな気がするけど。ん？うわ、怖っ。怖い怖い怖い怖い。何今の怖いんやけど。悪臭被害。これはすまん。あれ長女でしょ、クラークソン。クラークソンの長女で、薬で、脳の障害があるのか、そういう風にさせられたのか。いやー、怖いね。想像してたのと全く違ったな。
Soon. I'm almost there. Just please, someone stop that noise.
ニコちゃんこんばんは。ありがとうございます。今日のサムネここやな。今んとこやな。戻ってきたー。
Let me try and summarize this. Helena Doman was the mastermind behind the entire incident. But Helena Doman was actually P.J. Clarkson's son, who had severed ties with the family. Helena was also known as Professor R, the mother brain behind the drug known as Sang Rouge.
That's right.
She was responsible for everything?
Not everything, but most of it. Almost everything went according to her plan.
But if you'd already figured out that much, why did you continue to stay in Le Carré?
Because we had to.
You had to. Whatever for?
The goddess was still there.
The goddess.
The goddess of fertility.
Lise Clarkson's body.
not her. She was as beautiful as a goddess, but she wasn't the goddess. She was just a tragic victim.
Then who is the goddess of fertility?
The person at the root of this case.
Is it some kind of metaphor? For example, the vast wealth that the red powder yielded.
The goddess of fertility embodied abundance on the outside, but and that void was threatening to swallow up all of Lucare. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Are you okay, Mr. Morgan? Morgan almost sounds like a prophet talking about the end of the world. Vague, elusive, and intent on deceiving those who listen. But every now and then he adds an interval of truth. Patricia Clarkson is one of those. She's something special. Something irreplaceable to him.
インブースルスらしい。
Instead of kicking your floor, perhaps it'd be wiser to invest in a soundproofing mat.
Are you irritated, Belle? Yes, of course you are. You think we lack a common human trait, and that we're crazy. Human refuse.
I would never go that far, but you did surprise me. Just doesn't seem like the kind of attitude one should display when in the company of others.
Yes, we're sorry. We agree with you. It just made us remember a time when that noise kept ringing out, and we could. That flight from Newark Liberty to Seattle Tacoma. It was the first flight we took as FBI agents. The plane was shaking violently due to turbulence, and when we looked to the side, we saw a young mother cradling a baby with a frightened look on her face. We got worried, so we spoke to her. Then the baby started crying. It was so loud, we couldn't resist plugging up our ears. And since it was so loud, the rest... At first, the mother and I waved our hands, trying to quiet down the baby. But our efforts were in vain. It never stopped crying. The more our anxiety levels rose, the louder its cries grew. Shrill and piercing, as if they were heralding the apocalypse. We were powerless, and the baby's mother was helplessly bewildered. Once the plane landed safely in Tacoma, the baby finally stopped crying. We heaved a sigh of relief and looked at the mother. Then she said, "Whose child is this?" We were shocked. So we asked her what was going on.
子供抱いてたっつったのにね。
Apparently, sometime after she boarded the flight, that baby randomly appeared on her lap. Then it ordered her to call me over, and kept sitting there, as if nothing was wrong. Can you believe that, Belle? Bizarre, isn't it? While we were talking, the baby disappeared. The being responsible for all that loud, grating noise simply disappeared without a trace. Ever since then, Whenever I hear a baby crying, I remember that bizarre experience. Well, what do you think, my fairy? Was it some sort of sign?
どこや。無造作です。あ、またこれか。
By the way, you're still searching for Patricia, yes?
You don't need to worry about that. We're investigating. In fact, we've almost reached our goal. We just need to find some conclusive evidence.
Oh, we sincerely hope that's the case. Hard to believe, though. After all, so far you've just been barking up the wrong tree.
Barking up the wrong tree.
That's right. You shouldn't be wasting time here. You should be out there, looking.
Then I'll just ask you straight away. Do you know where she is?
No, we don't. But we can feel her when we close our eyes and become one with the world. It's very faint, but we can see her. We can see Patricia.
Are you trying to distract me again? Or do you really expect me to believe you're clairvoyant or something?
What do you think we are, X-Men? It's metaphysical offender profiling.
He actually asked me where Patricia is? Does he have full confidence that we'll never find her? Fine. I can deal with that. I'll just ask him everything I can about the Le Carré case.
これか。
So you think Galena was murdered by Helena Doman, her own brother?
No, not her. Galena was someone else.
Then who killed her?
It's written in the report, isn't it?
Yes. But I'm asking you. Would you mind answering me in your own words? You see, I find your entire story highly suspicious.
It's a complicated matter. Extremely complicated. By the way, how did the FBI find Lisa's body? After 14 whole years.
That's none of your business.
Are you saying they just happened to be investigating the Clarksons' cold storage warehouse? Like that there was some undercover terrorism plot afoot there?
I said it's none of your business.
Well, then we'll just have to guess. It was an anonymous tip. A tip related to Saint Rouge. Did we hit the nail on the head, Belle? But that's not what we want to know about. After all, the FBI gets hundreds of tips every day. Right, my fairy? It was always that way, even back when we were on duty. Here's what we really want to know. Why, out of all those tips, did you select that one? Would you tell us that much? What urged you to make a beeline straight for this case?
That's none of your business. Don't let him draw you into his game. Stay calm, Aaliyah Davis.
考え込むアリア自身。
The future influences the present just as much as the past. You asked me why I spent an entire 2 days observing you before I came to speak with you. Well, here's why. Over those 49 hours, I observed the intervals between your actions. When you were neither doing something nor doing nothing. I intently studied your intervals between action to action, and people reveal everything during the intervals between their actions. For example, when you eat alone versus eating with someone else. The most prominent differences always appear when someone either begins or finishes eating a meal. And since these are unconscious actions, they can't be consciously hidden. When you prepare to eat or finish eating, when you move in to clean up,
文章量が半端ないな。
when you pick up a book or close one, when you raise a cup of coffee to your lips. Human actions speak volumes. Not even the person doing the actions is conscious of them. That's what lies in those intervals. That's my modus operandi. And here's the conclusion it helped me reach. There's one other person in this house,
おっと
isn't there?
You're incredible, Bill. You outdid all our expectations. Impressive, to say the least. You're right, Bill. But only half right.
Half?
You should still be proud, though. Honestly, we never thought you'd make it this far. You've got real talent.
Most of what you say is disjointed and illogical. If this goes to court, I won't let you claim that your testimony is inadmissible just because of your little indulgence there.
Fine by us.
りっちゃん
We
こん
can
ばん
even
は
put
久
it
し
in
ぶり
writing if you want. We won't run or hide. Will we, my fairy? Where's the paper?
7割方コントローラー持ってないんやけど
Where
こ
is
の
it?
ゲーム おおどうした
We're fine.
Hey, everything okay? What's going on out here? Oh, don't tell me.
He's just suffering from nausea. I was more worried about you. You were in there for quite some time.
Yeah, sorry. Ever since you got here, I've been all backed up.
Mr. Morgan, can you stand?
Is this a sign from the coffee? What could it be? What is it
I'm not-
trying to tell me? Think.
Is that a dragonfly?
Footsteps. Big footsteps. Footsteps. Big footsteps.
Some odd fella was following her around. Stalking her like.
That poor girl, Lise, she was a druggie. And she was into the really bad stuff.
The Red Soul has the power to amplify the unique characteristics we all possess. Mentally and physically. That's why I created the Holy Red Powder.
You okay? Hey,
We're fine. Just feeling a little tired. Would you take us to get our medicine?
sure. It's in the bathroom, right? Whew. Seems like he's calmed down a little. We should let him rest for a while.
One more step and I could have cornered Morgan. But so be it. I can still keep investigating even if the owner of this chair isn't present. Simon Jones, what a piece of work. How can anyone have such bad timing?
2箇所 ああ、もうない。
Let me get one thing straight. You started this investigation based on an anonymous tip, right? What kind of a tip was it? Phone or mail?
電話か。
What does that matter at this point?
This may surprise you, but these kinds of details really eat me up inside. I always get hung up on the most insignificant of details, especially during the most vital times. For example, you know how people go to bed early the night before they have a big job? That's exactly the time where I start focusing on meaningless nonsense. When did I last clip my nails? How long is my milk good for? I just can't help myself. I can't resist the need to know. It's just the way I am.
It was sent in an envelope. Postmarked December 28th, sent out from Louisiana.
What did it have inside?
A postcard with a dragonfly on it. A wrapped sample of Sang Rouge. And a note.
What did it say?
Investigate the Clarksons. FK.
FK。FK クラークソン、お父さんか。
That's it?
Yes, that's it.
Who's FK?
Anonymous tip, remember? It's obviously just a fake name.
Did you confirm that?
Of course I did. Louisiana has a population of 4.5 million. The FBI database has a list of 6,682 individuals whose initials are FK. 1 out of every 6 individuals is a child under the age of 14, born after 2005. The remaining 5,500 people include those whose initials changed after they married, or incarcerated individuals. After subtracting those, I was left with 3,800. That's when I stopped searching for FK, and I decided to change up my approach. It isn't important where the tip came from. All that matters is solving the case. I got this far by taking the most efficient route possible. Are you satisfied now?
Yeah. Thanks. I feel a lot better now. Yep, it all checks out.
Look.
Shouldn't you look after him?
I gave him his meds and let him rest.
Let him rest where?
In the bathtub. It happened to have a blanket and a pillow in it.
What? But why?
I don't know. Maybe he sleeps in the tub. I feel like I saw that once in some vampire movie.
I don't know what you're talking about. More importantly, how long has he been like that?
It's stage 4 cancer. He's had it for a while now.
No, I'm talking about his face. It looks as white as a sheet. You can even see all his veins. I've never heard of any cancer side effect like that.
Who knows? But now that you mention it, he started going really crazy around the beginning of December.
In what way?
He changed pizza places.
ピザ屋を変えた。ちょっと待って。
This better not be another joke.
It's not, really. It's not. Before December, he always used to order delivery from a Chicago-style joint all the way up near Medford. But one day, he took one look at one of their trademarked red boxes and totally lost it.
Red, huh?
You better believe it. He started screaming gibberish at the pizza boy and chased him away. Next thing I know, I see him toss the pizza box out his window.
Do you think that's when his fear of red began surfacing more prominently?
Beats me. I mean, there isn't a better Chicago-style pizza place that delivers around this area. How could someone give up on that just because they don't like the box?
でも144にしてこの文字マジ見づらかったりすんの？ちょっと試してみよう。でもコメントもしてるってことはワンチャン縦画面で見てるって可能性あるよね。ちょっと144にしてみた。あー、確かに見えない。いくら箱が気に入らないからってそれを諦めるなんてほんまやせす。ほぼほぼ見えんや。
I don't get it.
Were you serious for even a fraction of that story?
これ iPhone のミニとか SE とかやったらもうマジ見えんのちゃう？
The letter that was delivered to me bore the Clarkson symbol.
480ぐらいにしとこうぜ。
A postcard decorated with a dragonfly, the mark of the Clarkson family.
横でコメントは右。ほほーん。
Single sheet of paper ordering me to investigate the Clarksons. And
どれやろうこれが。
So, why did you decide to take this case?
because it's my job.
Really? I don't buy it.
Why not?
You aren't just following orders here. You've got way too much emotion invested in this. Some kind of special emotion. There's no use trying to hide it.
誰やろな。
Despite how I may look, data analysis is my forte. I know how to see through lies. I don't mean to be nosy, but would it kill you to confide in me a little? I didn't manage to live this long simply because I'm fiendishly handsome. And besides, we're going to be tiptoeing across a thin line of legality with the rest of this case, so I'd prefer to have some probable cause. That way, at least I can back you up when you need me to.
There exists in the world a single path along which no one can go except you. Whither does it lead? Do not ask, go along it.
You're pulling out Nietzsche at a time like this? Come on.
I have a little brother.
弟がいる。
After overdosing on a certain drug, he was thrown into rehab. He's been clean for 2 years now, but he still won't utter a single word. All day long, he's plagued by hallucinations.
ああ、サンルージュ使ってたってこと？
He can't tell if he's dead or alive. If this is reality or if it's all a dream.
San Rouge.
That's right. The doctor can't tell what's causing his condition, so they can't treat him. He just told me to prepare for the possibility that I may never get my brother back. This was his. I bought it for him after he graduated high school and found a job. He never got a single chance to wear it, though. Someday, I believe that he'll get better. And I'll get to see him put this on and head out to work.
So you think that if we nab the person behind all this, we may figure out how to conquer the addiction?
Right.
You really think it'll be that easy?
I don't know. But I can't just sit around and do nothing. He's the only family I have in the entire world.
What about your parents?
When I was only 13, Katrina took him, leaving my 7-year-old brother and I behind.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. I've already dealt with my past. Now I'm just working as hard as I can to complete the duty I've been given.
Yeah.
Hey, Agent Jones. I just want to double-check one thing. You didn't find anything in the bathroom.
Nope. Nothing in there.
It must be the bedroom then. Just like I thought.
Are you serious about this?
Huh? Now you're having second thoughts?
Well, not exactly.
Then what?
I understand how you feel, but he's got an incurable disease. And he used to be one of us.
So? The truth he's given us so far could all be completely fabricated. He's a genius lone wolf agent who solved nothing but difficult cases during his years of active duty. That's what they told me at Quantico, at least. Over and over again, I had to listen to them talk about how no one could ever replicate the kind of work he did. But let's be real here. It was inhuman. It looked like the face of a killer who's been possessed by death. Patricia Clarkson is here, in the next room, only a single wall away from us. After 14 years, he went back to Le Carré, kidnapped her, and imprisoned her here. He's trying to complete something big right now. Something that's deeply connected to Saint Rouge.
行くの？半分しかないっつってたよね、でも。あ、お父さんの。あ、
What is all this?
怖い怖い怖い。半分しかない、上半身とか。何これ、怖い。
Pictures of people from Le Carré.
右が、前作ですね。で、左が今作ですね。
And this wall is dedicated to Greenvale. All the deceased have been... Sheriff Melvin Woods?
死んでることになってるよ。ああ、もうバレちゃったじゃん。まだなんか誰もいないので止まってんのにね。
Lise Clarkson? Where's Patricia?
That's our altar. What are you doing?
やばい。いやー、ここで戻るのめっちゃ気になるんやけど、あの後。
York! Agent York! York! Agent York! York! Agent York! Hey! Agent York! Agent York? Hey! Hey, Agent York.
リース・クラクソン。
You're Lise Clarkson.
あんな美人やったよね。
What's wrong? You're acting weird.
Sorry, Patty, I'm fine now. More importantly, do these red seeds come from some kind of plant that grows around this area?
I don't know. What do I look like, a botanist?
This isn't your average backwoods town. The Clarksons' ego and control has been piercing the town's heart like a massive dinosaur bone. But over this past century, time has been busy eroding the beast's power from within. And now, the very thing that once fortified this town is polluting it with putrid gas and rotten marrow. Zach, this is the point where it all collapses.
"事件の手がかりを調べる」。調べるだけでいいんかな。やっと動けるようになったけど。わあ、入った。リースが寝かされていた場所、刈られた草むら、焦げた後、腐った赤い。
These red seeds keep sticking out to me. But we need to figure out what's going on with this altar before we... Isn't that right, Zach?
これか。
After Lise Clarkson was murdered, her body was put back together here. Just like how Galena's body was dismembered, then rearranged within the holding cell. Lena Doman and PJ's bodies were also blown to pieces in the end. Perhaps that's the nature of the curse that's taken hold of the Clarksons. What do you think, Zach? Is there any significance to these similarities? This altar is covered in burn marks, but there's hardly any residue left. There's no way for me to tell what was burned here. I could send it home for analysis, but is that really necessary? It'll just end up giving Abrahams more busy work. More importantly, Zach, someone who knew how to manipulate fire was behind all this. In other words, these roots prove that Lena was here. There's some decomposing cloth here. We saw the same type of cloth at the sugarcane plantation. They must have used that cloth when they transported Lisa's body. And who cares about mundane evidence like that? This isn't a case that can be solved by gathering the kind of evidence we'd need to submit to a court. The growth is all missing from this particular section. It wasn't just cut away. She used fire to burn it out. Everything was planned so meticulously, as if she wanted to show this altar to someone. That's why Chuck ended up discovering it.
ブーツの足跡、平たい石。お、上向いてるな。
These bridge beams have a very unique shape to them. One straight support in the center, reinforced by V-shaped columns coming up diagonally from the sides. Did this bridge always look like this? Oh well, I'm sure it has nothing to do with this case. Let's move on with the inspection, Zach. Zach, this is an ominous sign. Among all the different footprints here are a set made from engineer boots. Yes, I know. He probably only made them when he came to inspect the scene. I'm sure that Patty and I left our own set of prints here too. But how do you explain the set that's inside the yellow tape?
Hmm. 全然わからんな。
Hey! FBI! The hell you doing back here?
Oh. こっちじゃない、こっちだ。
You already solved the case, yeah? So go on! Get your ass out of town!
Why do you think I solved the case?
Shoot! Exactly how stupid are you, FBI? This is Luke Carre, remember? Every feller in town already knows that Professor Orr's the one behind all this shit.
Hey, Chuck. Can you see the altar from there?
I'd see the whole damn thing, along with your stupid ass standing there, Trying to act all smart and shit?
You told me that the poacher's boat you were chasing disappeared around this area, correct?
Yeah, that's what I said, all right. What, you forget already? If you're just gonna waste our tax dollars out here, least you could do is catch them goddamn poachers. Fucking FBI, go and make yourself useful for once in your damn life.
Chuck, we don't chase down fishing boats. Unless it's a terrorist boat that plans to overthrow our government, that is.
Then stop acting all leery, like I ain't being truthful or whatever. I'm busy too, you know. So long, FBI.
なんかね、オートが欲しいんですよ。こう B ボタンを押すんですけど、なんかまだ字幕、なんか喋りが続いてるのに飛ばしちゃったりとか、次言葉があるんだろうなと思ったのに、ちょっと間が空いて B ボタン押したりとかさ。オート欲しかったな。どっかで押せんのかな？実は。無理や。ツインピークス聞いたことあるな。なんせもう
Zach,
文
you
章量が
just
すごい。
taught us what the true purpose of this altar is. It was built here so that the ritual could be watched from a boat in the bayou.
What do you mean? They could have just walked out here. There's no reason why they had to watch it from a boat.
The goddess of fertility, Patty.
怪しいもんなこいつ。
The goddess of fertility. A fine name indeed.
豊作の女神これ。
So much blood has been shed, yet you remain in this town. Surely you know why.
Of course I do, Hungan. My work here isn't finished yet. You know, I could really use one of your oracles right now.
You're more fun than I thought. Here's the oracle you asked for. Speak to the 17 comrades who saw the birth of New Orleans.
17の盟友。なんかまためんどくさそうやな。
Feel the holy Allah. The giant lady's finger points down toward your goal, the entrance to the forbidden.
Poetic and graceful as ever, Hungan. Hungan's oracles are leading us toward the core of this case. That's the one thing I'm sure of. But don't misunderstand, Zach. I'm not blindly following him. I only follow my intuition. Metaphysical offender profiling. The 17 comrades must refer to some area that has 17 of the same thing in it. We may need to use history to figure this one out. After all, we need to find someone or something that saw the birth of New Orleans.
学校か。
That's not it, Zach.
ああ、違う。
The 17 comrades must have survived for Remember, they were here to see the birth of New... We can't just round up every last old person in town. That's not it, Zach.
That's not Zach.
The 17
No.
comrades must have... Remember, they were... We can't just round up every last old person in town. Somewhere, there are 17 comrades who've survived for a very long time.
これ
That's it, Zach.
わかるか
The French established the colony of La Nouvelle-Orléans in 1718, just about 300 years ago. The only 17 comrades that would have been around back then
Ah,
300-year-old oak trees along this road. A majestic road lined by oak trees. Come on, let's go ask these sages of Lucare for some help on our investigation. Zach, the holy Allah is a shockingly simple metaphor.
水がめ
Especially considering the quality of the oracles we've received. It seems as if Hungan's poetic muse is finally running dry. The great thing about us Americans is that we can recreate our homeland anywhere. We're happy to transport crunchy bacon across the deserts of Africa if we need to. That's what it means to be American. And this, Zach, there's no Allah.
No,
So
Zach.
The holy... The great thing about us Americans is that we can recreate
Ah,
our
これか。
homeland anywhere. We're happy. That's it. I never doubted you, Zach.
行ったやつや。あ、違う。うん。これ行かなかったっけ？行ってな
The
いっ
holy
け？
Allah refers to a water tower,
これなんだっつってなかったっけ？
specifically that water tower with its Clarkson family crest. It must be hiding some sort of clue. Let's fill the Allah and see what it yields. Zach, what do you think the giant lady's finger is? I'm at a loss. I never thought one of Hoongan's childish riddles would force me to think so hard. But, oh well. I'm sure that as we deal with the rest of the oracle, it'll reveal itself to us.
What? Is there something on my face?
Listen carefully, Patricia. As my skilled assistant, I trust you a great deal. So I want you to answer me honestly.
Answer what?
Do you have any idea where Melvin might have gone?
No.
He didn't seem to be acting or talking differently than usual?
No. I don't think so.
Okay, I believe your words. Zach, we have a lot of work to do. It feels like we're finally approaching the climax here.
ほんまか？クラークソン家の紋章が入ったトンボマークの給水塔へ向かうのと多くの並木道45。どうだろう。でも終わるにしてはちょっと早すぎんか。サブイベントも含めて24時間だ、25時間ぐらいだったらちょっと短いよね。ごめん、なんか入ったな。ちょっと待って。とりあえず戻ろう。どうしようかな。まあでもいけるのか、すぐ。ネットフリックス僕も入ってます。もう2万円分ぐらい動画見たわ、この2ヶ月で。マジで水曜どうでしょうなんて全部見たわ。並木道、ここか。多くこっち行こうか。さっきね、300。これちょっと2配信ぐらいこれ開けてちょっとサブイベント進んどきますね、一応。ここだ。メモリアルオークストリート。ああ、これか。こんなんでわかる？
Zach, do you sense that? These trees have watched over this land for the past 300 years. Long before the Clarksons built up their town, these trees were here. If they could speak, I wonder what they'd have to say about this case. Has there always been a different number of trees on each side?
Yeah. I heard that by the time our town came along, there were only 17 left.
17本。
A general from the south might have cut one down during the Civil War.
Intriguing, Patty. Why did he cut one down?
I don't know. Folks say he planted a red tree in its place. I don't know if that's true or not, though.
Zach, the shape of these seeds. They look just like the ones we saw at Lisa's altar. Patty, it appears that legend about the red tree wasn't a total lie. The first tree is withered and gone, but the shells from its seeds remain. Perhaps that red tree left some descendants somewhere else. Zach, he seems to know something that we don't. Doesn't it seem like he's trying to guide us somewhere?
What? What's going on?
Change of plans, Patty. Let's go on a little stroll with that Dalmatian.
お、ついていく。ついてったらいいんかな、こいつに。あー、でも木のマークあるね。アニメ見ないからな、全然おすすめされない。なんかサスペンス系ばっかりおすすめされるな。なんか殺人事件を解決していく的なやつばっかり。最近あれ見た？ SP 見た。今更ながら。野望編だけ見て、今覚醒編はまだ見てないけど。最初ホラー、日本のホラーばっかり見てたから、めちゃめちゃそれ系おすすめされて、で途中で事件系とか見てたから、どこまで連れてくんこいつは。あ、赤いのが見える。あれ違うかな。なんかぽくない？ケンちゃんこんばんは。犬の散歩してます。お、こ連れてくん。あれレッドですよ、レッド。あれじゃない？先行ってしまう？子孫が残されてるかもしれない。これじゃね？ほらほら、来てる来てる来てる。レッドツリー。ウェイ。
Is this the red tree that General planted?
No way! This is a maple tree.
あと SP は筒井さん。そっちで行くんだ。あれ岡田くんじゃないの？そうそう
A
そ
maple
う。
tree. Then it shouldn't be red at this time of
筒
year.
井さん、監督の方？誰だ？
You're right. That's strange. A long time ago, my mama and daddy used to come here together a lot. They told me they used to go on dates here, back before I was born. Mama would make sandwiches, then they'd come here and eat them together. My mama was really pretty, you know. When I was a kid, I believed she was a real goddess. Under the boughs of a legendary tree that stayed red all year long, a small miracle was born.
堤さん、そうそうそう、堤さんね。筒井さん何だったかな？監督の名前までは知らないな、ニコちゃん。筒井さん。
One man managed to win the heart of the most beautiful girl in the world. And they
Looks like it's time to move on. What a fantastic guide we managed to find. He actually waited for us to finish talking before taking us on to
次
the
の
next
目的
spot.
地また行くの？あー、なるほど。また行くんか。いつまで散歩させんねんねこれ。ほんでね SP がねなんかなんだろうな、めっちゃカメラワークがねガタガタしすぎてて、なんかすごい車での戦闘シーンとかなんかすごい見にくかった。なんかあれはすごい良かったんですよ。ファブルはすごいかっこよかったし良かったけど、なんか SP がどうもねちょっと見にくかったかな。スマホで見たからっていうわけでもなさそうやけど、打ち間違いですよね。普通たとえ監督が筒井さんっていう方やったとしてもそれで言わないよね、さすがに。だから岡田君自身があんまり見てなくて、なんか海賊と呼ばれた男とかあっち系全然見てなくてさ、でファブルで初めて岡田君のやつ見て、わあめっちゃかっこいいと思って、その流れで多分おすすめで SP が出てきたのかな。岡田君の出てる映画があんまり興味ない感じ。あっち系の方が合うと思うけどね。ああいうなんかこうアクロバティック系がすごいうまかった。ファブルとかも戦いとかする時とかの動きがすごい良かった。僕が好きなのはね、藤原竜也と大泉洋と、あと誰やったかな。あー、なんかテレビでやってたね。そうだやってた。そうだからそういう系の映画にね出ればいいけど、なかなかそういう映画に出てなくてですね。あとあれか、永遠のゼロとか見てないんです。身内だった。おった。あっちゃ。
It appears that we've lost sight
う
of
わ
our
ー、やっ
guides. Oh
てし
well.
まっ
Let's
た
head back.
うわ、最悪や最悪やレッドツリー、うわー、やっちまった。レッドツリーどっちや。コメント欄見てたら見失った。あれかな、700メートルのところに行けばいいかな。いやー、これは500メー、あー、46って書いてるからそうか。藤原竜也とあと一人思い出せない。レッドツリーやで、レッドツリーやで。なんか違うとこ行きよる。合っとるかな。46やろ。いけないのか。あった。よかった。ああ、山田君も好きです。小栗より山田派やね。あとあれだ、生田斗真君。そうそうそう、生田斗真。モグラの歌と
Zach,
か
we
最高やっ
can't
た
fall
な。
behind this time. We need to stick close to him.
よし、今度こそ。ムロまあムロさんも好きやけど。ちょっと見失わないようにゆっくりいきます。この方たちはその人たちが出てるから見るとかはあるかな。大泉さんも探偵はバーにいるとか、あと何だったっけ、最近の映画でなんとかの牙とかも見てよ。騙し絵の牙か、あれも面白かった。そんな細いとこ行くから。あとあの人誰でしたっけ、仏さん。最近ドラマの浦安鉄筋家族を見てですね、佐藤二朗さん、そう、あれがね、あの方がね、より一層好きになりました。騙し絵面白かった。あとその浦安鉄筋家族で岸ゆきのちゃん、あれがねすごいハマり役で、二郎さん好きやな。見失うな。ほんでその佐藤二朗さんつながりでなんかお笑いなのかなって言って娘とお父さんが一緒 娘と佐藤二郎が一緒に住んでて、なんか次の日急にお父さん佐藤二郎が行方不明になって、娘がお父さんを探すためにこうなんかはまったいや危ねえ、なんか探す、なんてタイトルやったかな。それがね、なんか自分の身分を他人に売るみたいな感じのね、なんかすごい複雑な感じの話で、途中でなんか怖くなってやめたな。あ、そうそう、お姉ちゃん。これ怖くなってやめたのと、あと姫の R でしたっけ、ガクくんが出てる森田剛と、あれも途中で怖くなってやめた。これダメだと思って、あの幸せな2人が壊れるのを見たくないと思ってやめました。全部見てないです。怖い。あ、そう、探すだ。よう知ってるね、ニコちゃん。探すも途中で怖くなってやめて、と姫の R っていうのも途中で怖くなってやめた。でレビュー見たら絶賛の嵐だった、2つとも。ああいうなんかリアリティがあるようなんちょっと嫌なんですね。じゃ怖いというか、なんかどうせバッドエンドなんでしょっていうのが見えてしまうから、もう途中でやめていい雰囲気のまま終わりたい。レッドツリー2つ目これを繋いだら三角形になるとか。
Hey, Patty.
ガク君の幸せなままで僕は止まってます。
How would you rate this creation?
Not bad, I reckon. They made good use of its natural form while also pulling out the soul from within. The artificial color also looks pretty. You don't usually see this level of harmony. Something unnatural always ends up getting left behind.
Zach, did you catch all that? She sounded just like the curator of an art gallery in New York. I think we may have just uncovered a new side of her. But unfortunately, I can't see anything artistic about it. Honestly, it looks insane to me. That's all I get from it. And there's no way that this is a descendant of the tree that the general planted.
来ると残影はセットで見ました。見た。この 1,2 年ぐらいで。あとなんか6回ぐらい見てる映画があって、珍しいんですけど、あれアフタースクール、あれめっちゃ好きなんですよめっちゃ好きで、あれを相当見てる。なんかちょっと暇だなと思った時になんかつけてるな。5、6回見た。来るってオムライス、来るってあれじゃないの？みんなが勧めてくれた陰陽師みたいなやつ、ホラーの松たか子のやつじゃないの？お、ちょっとフェイントかけられたちょっといやー、渡ってってる。ちょっと待って、想定外。もう犬かきしてんじゃねえよ。ちょっと待って、やばいよ。 やばい。どこ？スケボーにはかなわまい。よし。よし。泳げないんじゃないかな。試してはないけど多分ワニの時に泳げなかったから多分無理。娘のちさちゃんが食べたがってたシーン、あれと覚えてないな。あれなんか違う映画想像してる？あれ思ってんの違うか？あ、来るじゃないな。あれいるでしたっけ？ひらがなでいるでしたっけ？あ、やばい。あ、やばい。あ、おった。あっぶね。あ、ちょっと待って。また見失った。やばい。やばい。あー、おらんなった。マジか。あー、見失った。うわー、ごめん。
Appears that we've lost sight of our guide, Zach. Oh well, let's head.
これだってる。岡田くんですよね、あれもね。岡田くんだから見たわけじゃないけど、あれは確かによかった。あれもよかった。はあ、これ六芒星とかじゃないよね。6箇所見つけるとかじゃないよね。さすがにあっても3箇所、三角か V かじゃないかな。オムライスっつったらもう牛島くんしか思い出さない。ただケチャップライス食べてる人。くそー、時間が46で合ってるよね。牛島くんのオムライスのシーンしか思い浮かばないですね。隠れ岡田。たまたま最近見たんが岡田くんでね。なんかおすすめのやつがあったら教えて。
Zach, we can't fall behind this time. We need to stick close to him.
永遠のゼロと海賊と呼ばれた男は多分見ないです。面白いかもしれないけど見ない。多分見ることないかな。当たり前や。スケボーを極めし男やで。マジで集中する。ごめん。ゆっくりでいいから。この子マジでフェイントかけてくるから一瞬で見えなくなる。ほらほら、うわうわうわうわうわ、やらしい。 ネクタイの揺れ2枚の絵が切り替わってるだけやで。へいへいへい、早く来るんだよ。歩いてるようにしか見えない。てかスケボーで行かなくてもよくない？これ今思ったけど、こっちの方が確実な気がしたな今ふっと。絶対そうやん。なんで今までスケボー使ってたんやろ。もうさすがにこれで、そう、ここでわからんなったね。降っていったから。レッドツリーまだある？あー、ここやったか。わ、フェイントがすごい。もうサブイベントやんか、もう。メインストーリーじゃないんやけど。サブイベントなんやけど。ここホレワンは。こんなもんか、でも。グランドセフトオートもこんなもんか。後をつけろ、追跡しろ。倒せ。レッドツリーないからまだ遠いんじゃない？ようこのワンちゃんわかるね。あー、犬だから敏感に感じ取ってる。このダルメシアン誰よってなるもんね。多いな。どうする？ただの自宅やったら。うわ、フェイントがすごい。これスケボーやったらここで巻かれてたな。ないよ。あー、なんかトウモロコシ畑みたいなのが入る？ねえ、それかものすごいこのヨークが早いか。あ、やばい。あ、危ない。お、うわー、マジか。うわ、マジか。 岡田くん、阿部寛、エベレスト。わからんだったよ、ニコちゃん。ニコちゃん、どっち行った？よかった。いや、これはまずい。これはまずい。いや、ちょっと待って。おった。いや、コメントは見るよ。コメントは見ちゃうよ。よかった。あった。悪意を感じるな。これでどうする見失ったってなったら。どうせ来るんだろ？いる。待ってるよ。来てるよね。よし、勝った。
It appears that we've lost sight of our guide, Zach.
見失っちゃうのかい？
Oh well. So, what other movies have you seen on that sci-fi movie channel?
That question again?
What did I tell you? In this country, all dialogues.
最悪や。うわー、1000メートル。マジで？なんてことだ。マスオさんもびっくりやで。そうだね。先に見つけるなんて聞いた技を使わせないよってことやね。今日のワンコ編をクリアしたらやめようか。2枚の絵が動いてるだけにしか見えないけど。ピロピロピロピロ。そうか、また橋渡ってるやつか。よし。いやー、辛いなー。ちょっとなんかサトウキビ畑みたいなとこ入ったらちょっと、いやーでもどっちにしろきついのはきついか。 いやー、ダルメシアン頼むよ。
Zach, we can't.
集中しないといけないね。これどうせ川渡るんでしょ？あれ違うっけ？もう最悪や、もうマジで。いやー、どうだろう。フェイントかけて行くよね、行くよね。これぐらいだったら別に離れても。そうだね。あんまりあんまり分かってるからっていかない方が。あれ？いないぞ。あれ？あれ、ワンちゃんいなくない？ワンちゃんさっき行った？もしかして。あれ？あれワンちゃん見失った。いやいやいやいや。あれ？消えたね。あ、おったー！ワンちゃん！どういうこと？
It appears that we've lost sight of our guide, Zach. Oh well. By the way, Patty, what do you usually do when you're at home?
Is this an interrogation?
Oh no, I just.
嘘やろ？絶対バグやって。泳いでる描写が消えてたんだって絶対。あんなに速くなかったよね。めっちゃ遅かったよね。もうこれはたまげた。まだ近くてよかったけど。泳ぎ始めてから行こうか。じゃあ見守っててくれ。ちょっとこれ完了するまで。ちょっと独り言でも言おうこう。ね考えてないと何も出てこない。何も出てこない。台風が近づいてきてますね。皆さん災害には注意しましょう。そして 水不足も懸念されてますね。水を買い集めるとともに、あまりこう買いすぎるとみんなの手に渡らないから、ほどほどにしよう。そして KDDI まだ繋がらないのか。本当にこれワンチャンあれでしょ。なんか乗り換えでさ、乗り換える人もいると思うんですよ、仕事で使うから。ほんで乗り換える時に乗り換え番号っていうのが言ってね、その au から例えばドコモに乗り換えるんだったらなんか変な番号みたいなのを au からもらわないといけなくて、その時に大体聞かれるんですよね。移動されるなんかご理由とかありますかっつって。その時のみんなの言葉がすごい気になるね。携帯電話が欲しいんですマジで。携帯だけじゃ物足りないんですっつって、電話がしたいんですって言うのかな。思ったもんさ、僕もだって絶対に使わないといけなかったから、マジでもう乗り換えに行こうと思ったけど、仕事がね、どうしても携帯変えるためだけに休むわけにもいかんし絶対に出ないといけない感じなので変えなかったけど、でもこれで変えたら負けた気がするね。だから家族でなんかね、一人ぐらいは違うとこに、僕がだからアハモに行けばいいんでしょ。みんなは UQ、 他の家族、僕以外はみんな UQ で、家族割とかが適用されて、で僕だけドコモとかにしとけば、こういう時があった時に何かと便利で、ドコモがダメになってもね、嫁ちゃんのスマホが使えるし、それがいいね。乗り換えよう。ドコモがだからソフトバンクが7時間ぐらいだったかな、通信障害で。ドコモが10時間、十何時間、ちょっと長かったんですよね、ドコモね。で au72 時間もう超えるで。72時間、2日からでしょ。だって2日、2、3、2日じゃないか、2日の夜中とか朝とかだったかな。辛い。全員 au 回線は辛い。いや正直に言うとね、車をね買い替えるのにね、商談するのに、なんだろう、近くのディーラーさんじゃ手に入らない車だって、もう僕自身で探しますっつってこう離れてるんですよ。県が離れてるところから購入するから、早くしないと他の人に買われるし、早くしたくても電話できないしみたいな。でかといってメールのやり取りでも何回かしたけどね、送ってそんな秒で返ってくるわけでもないし、もうマジで重なりすぎてさ、それで昨日イライラしすぎて配信を諸事情でお休みしますっつって休んだんですけど、あんまりにイライラしてフェイントかけるんだろ、どうせ分かってるよ。もうダメだ、こんな気持ちのまま配信できないと思って。au 好きなんですよ。だからまあ僕一人だけでも犠牲になればいいんじゃないかな。高評価ありがとうございます。もうずっとなんかダルメシアンと散歩してますけど、ちょっと待ってね。そうよ、ずっとだって電話すれば10分で終わるところさ、メールとかでさ 待ってたりとかさ、で全員繋がらないから外出て嫁のお姉さんのところに行って電話借りたりとかさ、固定電話もないからでやってたらもう9時前とかになって、やべえ何もやってねえと思って、一応諸事情でしょ、個人的な。そうなんですよ、ちょっといろいろ事情があってね、丸々2年経ったのかな、車買って。でまあちょっとある理由でちょっと不満を抱えてたんですけど、あまりにちょっと高い金額で買い取ってくれるところがあったからさ、その金額と交換できるぐらいの金額をね提示してきたんでね、じゃあ変えようと思って。だから2年しか乗ってません車でもプラマイゼロなんで全然で、そのタイミングでこのクソ携帯電話がもうただの板になってしまった。これでまた入られたら、そうだツリーがある先回りしたらダメだから、このままついていくジョイボーイ、ありがとうございます。ちゃんとはさらずにジョイボーイさん。そうだね、2年経ったね。もう実も2年経ったから別に言うけど、アクアのハイブリッドを買ってたんですよ当時、2年前。ほんでね、家族が5人になったからっつって5人乗り買ったけど、リクライニングできないし、後ろの席バチ狭いし、購入して1ヶ月ぐらいで後悔してたんですけど、よし。
Zach, now this is interesting. It looks like a tree that you could find anywhere, yet it's also unlike any other, completely alien. And look how it's weaved its way into the landscape. Almost like cancer cells invading a human body. You might not even notice it unless you're focused on finding it. And this feeling. As I gaze upon this tree, I can feel evil emotions rising out from within me. Why on earth did that southern general bring this tree into this town?
Otouちゃんどこ行ったのね。どうした？
I promise to protect you from all the evil in our world. Do not touch this tree. Got that, Patty?
Got it, Agent York.
終わった。
We successfully spoke with the 17 comrades. I feel like they showed us a side of nature that transcends the realms of human knowledge. Next up is the Holy Allah. According to the Oracle, the Holy Allah needs to be filled. We may be due for another childish puzzle soon, Zach. But that's okay. After all, we came all the way out here to the boondocks. Why not enjoy playing by their rules for a bit?
よし。よし。で、次ここか。どうなんだろう？行ってすぐ終わるかな？ 55 分。ここでセーブしてやめる？目の前でセーブしてやめようか。そこまで行こう。ここまで戻らないかな。よし。そうそうそう。子供ができたから車買ったんだっつって。後ろがクソ狭くてさ。ほんでもうコンパクトカーじゃほぼほぼリクライニングできない車ばっかりで、ほんでもう味しめた 閉めちゃったからもうハイブリッドが良くていろいろ考えた結果ちょっとプラマイゼロで買える車があったので、もう懐かしいね。2年ですよもう。早い。よし。行って2日間ぐらい空けてサブイベントちょっと進めといて、ここやな。よし、レッツゴー。お腹すくかな、大丈夫かな。早いよ。だから今度は5人家族やけど7人乗りを購入します。7人乗り？うん、7人乗りか。お、なんかイラストあるぞ。なんだこれ。レースかな。メモリアルオークストリート前。これなんだ。なんで調べられないのこれ。お、ああ、終わった。終わった。せっかくの口笛が。お金がめっちゃ増えた。さすがに。違う、アップね。なんか全然違うとこ行ってた。危な。トヨタだと思うやろ。トヨタじゃないんですよ実は。一応確認は取った。ちょっとトヨタの車じゃないんですけど。大丈夫ですか？大丈夫ですよって。提携は結んでるんでって言った。トヨタで同じサイズで7人乗りとか6人乗りっつったら、シエンタしかないんですよ。でシエンタのハイブリッドってちょっと若干新しくてですね、ちょっと購入金額を上振れちゃうっていう理由があってちょっと変えた。よしよし、セーブや電話あるんやろ近くに。あったシエンタはね、僕ちょっと形があんまり好きじゃなくて、もともとプリウスアルファにしようと思ったんですけど、あれが7人乗りでしょ。よし、ご視聴ありがとうございます。ちょっと au が良くなるように祈って、あと車が無事帰ることを祈って本日は終了したいと思います。バッドエンドさんこんばんは、ありがとうございます。明日多分配信できると思うんですけど、ちょっと場合によっては明日ちょっとオンライン商談するんで、車ので6時からなんで、まあ多分そんなにかかんないと思うけど、もしかしたらの場合はまたツイートします。というわけでご視聴ありがとうございます。 明日、明後日、木曜日が配信できないと思います。木曜日夜仕事あるんで。公開ショー生配信で。はい。住所は何々県のってバレるで。バレバレや。はい、皆さんありがとうございました。